welcome back to Football Picks here on TalkingSports.tv. I'm Marty York, and with me, of course, is the great Uncle Ben Walderman, from his hotel room in Las Vegas, Nevada. Handsome Howard has left us now because his area of expertise is the NFL. He's going to leave the NCAA picks, as usual, to Uncle Ben. And Uncle Ben, your NCAA picks have been on fire as well. In your free picks on your site, UncleBen'sFootball.com, you're 5-0-1 against the spread in your NCAA picks, free picks. Overall, on your top picks that you've given out on UncleBen'sFootball.com, you're 23-14. And folks, I don't make these numbers up at the top of my head. You can go to UncleBen'sFootball.com. They are absolutely documented. You could see what Uncle Ben chose. And if you're taking Uncle Ben's picks at the beginning of the season, suffice to say that you are way ahead right now. So Uncle Ben, let's get right to it. NCAA picks for this week. I know you've been raving about one game in particular, LSU versus Florida. What are you thinking?
Well, Howard, in the how to win section on UncleBen'sFootball.com, it says consistent dollar wagers, and there might be an occasion to bet maybe 1 in every 10 games a little bit more. You might dig a little deeper into your pocket on a game. Well, it's finally come this week. We've actually picked this year 61 games on UncleBen'sFootball.com, and this is the first game where I'm digging a little deeper into my pockets. LSU and Florida, the Gators. The Gators go into Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and LSU's favored by 6 points here, Marty. And it's a huge revenge spot for the LSU Tigers, having lost last year down in the swamp in Gainesville as a heavy favorite, I might add. The Gator offense has been very weak the last year and a half, and now their starter, Siskel, is out, and it's really over now for them. The LSU offense, on the other hand, with Cam Cameron coming over from the Baltimore Ravens to be their offensive coordinator, has achieved 2 scores greater points this year than they did last year. Zach Mettenberger, their quarterback, happens to be leading the SEC, which is the finest conference in the land. I might add, they've won 7 straight national titles in that conference. He's leading the SEC in passing efficiency, and they have so many skilled players, the LSU Tigers, that I just feel that they're going to overcome to this week and really put up the numbers and impress the pollsters, because pollsters in college football are huge. The Gator D can only keep them in this so long, and the LSU Tigers is a team that the Gators cannot outmuscle. This is a strong Les Miles football team. And I just think that this team, the Gators are going to fold their tent here. I like the Tigers to win this game big, and it's a double play for me this week, Marty. It's my first double play of the year. We'll have about 4 or 5 of them throughout the season. This is the first one. I like the LSU Tigers to lay it on the Florida Gators this week, big time, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Here you go, folks. That's a big pick from Uncle Ben. Take LSU, he says, and lay the 6 points. And that's coming from Uncle Ben, who doesn't often give out what he calls his double plays, but every once in a while he'll give you them, and that means he loves LSU minus
That's correct,
the 6
Marty.
points.
I like this team. I really love this team this week. I think Les Miles has something to prove this week. This team is still in the national championship picture, even though they did lose to, I believe, Georgia earlier in the season. But there's a long way to go yet, and they still have a game against Alabama. So if they can win all their games out, they feel that LSU Tigers and Les Miles feel that they can still win the national title, and it starts this week in Baton Rouge with a huge win over the Florida Gators.
All right, Uncle Ben, 2 more picks, so we're running out of time. 2 more picks in the NCAA. Give us those picks, please.
Well, here's a bit of a weird one for you. Central Michigan Chippewas. That's right, Marty. The Central Michigan Chippewas go into Ohio U, the Bobcats. The Bobcats are favored by 17 points in this game. And I just think that Ohio U is an expert bottom feeder. This team, Frank Solish, who used to coach in Nebraska, by the way, feasts on the unfit wallowing programs, which the Central Michigan Chippewas certainly are an unfit and wallowing program. They just fit the bill perfectly here. Ohio State always finishes their seasons well. After Game 5, Marty, so from Game 5 onward, they're 17-4 the last 3 seasons, so they seem to get better as the season goes on, which is a testament to their coach. and it's Central Michigan's third straight game on the road, which is never a good situation to be in. And I just think it's a blowout for the Bobcats here at home. Their record speaks for itself. Frank Solich does these things late in the season against these unworthy programs that just have no efficiency levels. And I think the Ohio U, it's a complete blowout this game, minus 17 points. It's going to be like a 45-10 type of situation here. I like Frank Solich's group here in Ohio. The Ohio U Bobcats minus 17 to win this game big time.
All right, there you go. Ohio minus 17.5.
Minus 17. I think it's going to be a complete blowout this game, Marty.
All right. What else?
Well, there's an interesting game up in Pullman, Washington this week where the Oregon State Beavers go in to play the Washington State Cougars. And the spread I'm not really concerned about in this game, Marty. All I'm concerned about is the total. The total in this game is over. The number is 62 points, and I like the over. I mean, these defenses give out candy like it's Halloween night, okay? I'm just telling you, the defenses are coffee house style. And what I mean by that, Marty, is everyone's just standing around on defense. You know, it's a coffee house style situation. I mean, these offenses score more than Brad Pitt in a woman's prison, all right? I can tell you that they have two very good QBs, these teams. Connor Halliday from Washington State and Sean Mannion from the Oregon Beavers. These teams find the end zone early and often. I just think you're going to see points in this game, and lots of them. 62 points is not even a match for this total. This game's going into the high 80s or early 90s. Take the over 62 points in this Oregon State-Washington State game. It's an easy cover, a very entertaining game, and I'll see you at the cashier's window, Marty.
All right, there you go, folks. The NCAA picks from Uncle Ben for you this week. LSU minus 6, Ohio minus 17.5, and over 62 Washington State, Oregon. Uncle Ben, it's been a pleasure once again. Have a great time in Las Vegas. Go win some big money, and when you come back, we'll spend it here at Charlie Fitz Whiskey's on a few curly fries and things of that nature, maybe even a beer or two, okay, buddy?
Marty, thanks for having me on. I'll see you guys up in Toronto next week. I'm looking forward to it. All the best this weekend, and good luck to all the viewers out there. Thanks for having me on the program.
All right, thank you, Uncle Ben. Check out his picks on UncleBen'sFootball.com. Thanks again to Howard Kamen, and we will see you next week. I'm Marty York saying all the best this weekend.